In middle school, why was popularity so violently chased? And why did we all look you want to be popular? Now, before you call me crazy, I'm your host, Kamal, and this is my podcast, Before You Call Me Crazy. And today we're going to be talking about popularity in middle school and high school. I know, that's a big topic, but I think we all went through very similar experiences. And I just feel like we need a place to vent, at least to me, because y'all, my middle school popularity entire era was so scary. I just need to talk. Anyways. First off, let's talk about this. Let's just answer the question, why were people considered so popular in middle school and high school? I remember, there would be a group of popular kids and they'd, walk through the hallway and everyone would be like, oh my God, look what they're wearing. It was literally, when I see, a lot of my friends in the UK will always ask me, are all the movies about high school in America real? And I'm like, yeah. There are, Mean Girls that are, cheerleaders and all that stuff, all that is so real in America. And I am like, why? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. So I kind of thought about it for a long time, and I think that first off, in middle school, I think popularity and stuff was the worst. Bullying, all of that stuff was the worst in middle school. Okay, and I want to say it's because first off, everyone is lacking confidence, right? Middle school, everyone's going through puberty. Everyone looks ugly. And I remember I was so ugly in middle school. You don't even want to know. And everyone's just insecure, wildly insecure in middle school. Now, there was a few group of people that were not violently insecure. And it was the popular group, okay? Even if they were insecure on the inside, that one group stood out because they were not insecure on the outside, right? I almost felt as if every time I saw a popular group, they were exuding confidence. By the way, I just want to say, you guys, none of this is relevant in my life today, at all. I was just writing down podcast episodes and I was just wait, I have never heard a podcast talk about how middle school and high school popularity stuff was. So anyways, just want to say that. Yeah, in college, there's nothing like that. And in high school, I feel there wasn't anything like that. But also, I was online for 3 years of high school. We'll get into that in a different episode why I was online. But anyways, the popular kids were not only exuding confidence, which probably 90% of the middle school did not have, because everyone had acne everywhere and people's voices were changing and half girls have boobs, half girls did not have boobs. It was just a mess, right? Another thing is that there was a big superiority complex because the popular group always had a tendency to do the mischievous things. I remember, oh my God, if anyone from my middle school is watching this, they're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember this one girl that was considered popular vaped in middle school. And I remember everyone was talking about it in the school. Everyone was. And I don't know why that is a core memory for me. I still think about it to this day. I'm how? Why the fuck did so many people care about this random ass girl vaping? Genuinely, it was such a big deal. And then when I was writing this podcast episode, I realized it's because this popular group almost did things that everyone else was unfamiliar with, right? Another thing is dating. I remember that everyone in this popular group would always have boyfriends. And middle school is a very young age to have a boyfriend. I feel obviously, I feel the relationships don't really count in retrospect. They're pretty, it was a boyfriend, but it wasn't a real boyfriend. You know what I mean? But I remember the popular group would always have these boyfriends and girlfriends, and it was everyone was dating. And I would always be I haven't even talked to a boy yet. And you guys are out here hanging out with them outside of school? What? So I remember, I think that was a big part of why people were popular in middle school especially, but because I vividly remember popularity being a huge thing in everyone's life in middle school. I don't remember as much in high school. I remember in middle school, I actually wanted to be popular really badly. And then I was oh, why the fuck did you want to be popular? I had nothing in common with these people. To be frank, these people were fucking homophobic. I found out, in high school when I had a brain, you know what I mean? But in middle school, you kind of don't know shit. I always say, whatever I said or did in middle school, that was not me. That was a different person. I don't know who she was, like, genuinely. Why did I want to be popular if the actual people in the group were so unlike me? I remember when I would hang out with them, I had nothing in common. I would feel so out of place. I would rather be in my room, in my bed, in my whatever. Do you know what I mean? So why did I want to? And I know a lot of people like wanted to be popular, right? They wanted to go to a party, like at that time it was a big deal. But why? Like why? Like genuinely why, right? I figured it out. Well, I personally figured it out. I don't think this will be the same for everyone. But I had a lot of internalized, and I will talk about this in another episode if we really want to get into it. But I had a lot of internalized racism in middle school because I remember, especially growing up in the South, no Indian kids ever had a lot of friends, ever got boyfriends, especially like Indian girls. Like I remember they were treated very differently in middle school. And me being a little Indian girl in middle school, I was like, I don't want to be treated like that. Like, I know. So I would almost try to change my identity and become popular just so I wouldn't be treated with that same disrespect, which obviously that is so sad. Like looking back at it now, like I literally was like trying to not be Indian just so I could get treated like nicely and like maybe get a boyfriend and maybe do this, you know what I mean? But that's just how it was where I live. Like I would have this superiority complex because I was like, oh, I'm Indian and I'm the only Indian girl that has a bunch of friends. And I'm like, come on, you're an asshole. Like, but that's how I thought in middle school because I just wanted to have friends so badly. Like I just wanted to belong somewhere. And like, obviously I am not like that anymore. I genuinely think that is the reason I wanted to be popular so bad. I wanted somewhere to belong. And so I had so much internalized racism. I remember I would straighten my hair every day. And I have like beautiful, luscious, curly hair. And I ruined my beautiful, luscious, curly hair by straightening it every single day. Just that my hair would be like all the white girls' hair. Maybe it would give me a chance to, you know, have more friends. Anyways, and I remember I like wouldn't bring friends to my house because I was like, oh, what if it smells like Indian food? Anyways, I don't want to get on a whole tangent about my internalized racism in middle school, growing up in the South. That will be another episode if we want it. I just want to say that is why I wanted to be popular. I realized I was literally healing my inner child when I was writing this episode. Okay, now I'm going to tell a funny story about me getting into the popular group and then immediately regretting it and running away. So basically, this one popular girl was throwing a party, and I was like, oh my God. Basically, I ended up getting invited. I was like, this is a big deal. This is a big day for me. Okay, so I go. And I'm feeling horrible already, right? I don't fit in with these people. They're like talking about other stuff that I just don't relate to at all the entire time. And I'm like, I don't care, whatever. Then they're like, oh, they're doing the unfamiliar thing that I talked about earlier, right? They're doing the unfamiliar thing of drinking alcohol and sneaking out. I've never heard of the concept sneaking out, you guys. I might have acted cool in middle school. I was not cool. I've never heard of the concept of sneaking out. I was like, what is that? They're like, we're going to climb out the window. I was like, you're going to climb? Who? Me? Me is going to climb out I'm not climbing out the window. I don't care. I am all for, honestly now, I'm like older and I like having a good time. But me in middle school, I was not ready for this. I was not ready for the rebel life. And I got in a lot of bad situations because of me going to like parties and stuff like with certain groups because I just wanted to fit in somewhere. But like that can literally be a whole nother episode too, like horror stories on a night out with Kamal, literally. But anyways, these people are gonna literally sneak out and stuff, and I literally called my like best friend's mom, and my best friend wasn't at this party because like me and her, like we were weirdos, like, but like I got invited to this party and she was like texting me like, what's going on? Like, do you know what I mean? Anyways, I call her mom and I'm like, Mommy, you have to pick me up. Like, not even my own mom. Because, like, my mom was, like, at a party. But, like, my best friend's mom was, like, basically my second mom. And I was like, Mommy, I need you to pick me up and tell my friends that is at this party that my parents got in a car accident. And that's why I was leaving. Because I was so scared of not fitting in that I did not want them to know. I just didn't want to sneak out. So I literally, oh my God, I literally lied and told everyone at this party that my parents got in a car accident and that my best friend's mom is picking me up. What is wrong with me? Like, I'm telling you, middle school me just wanted somewhere to belong and fit in so badly that I was reaching, literally. I regret that, you guys. My parents are safe and healthy and happy and whatever. Now I'm going to talk about the people that were not popular in middle school and high school and how I think they actually turned out better than everyone else. I'm not kidding. And I can confidently say this as someone that kind of lived both sides of it. Like, I, for a few years, like, tried really hard to fit in and belong somewhere and be in a group and, be popular. Honestly, it wasn't about being popular sometimes. It was just about feeling like a belonging somewhere. And then I spent the rest extremely isolated with no friends. And that's because, like, I started social media and whatever. I'll tell the full story another time, but basically, people didn't like that in social media. I was very bullied at school. Doesn't matter. I can confidently say that the people in middle school, the kids in middle school that kept to themselves, that dressed how they wanted, that never gave into like that weird peer pressure of, doing something specific and like everybody else, all of those kids turned out way better because those kids had enough strength to first of all, not give in to stuff that they are not like. They kind of had the strength to be themselves, even when times were the hardest, like in school, to be yourself. They also had so much time to curate real friendships. Like, I feel like I didn't find my best friends until my senior year of high school. I am not kidding. And when I say, or end of junior year of high school. And when I say, like, that's like, that means for a lot of time, I had no real friends. And I swear to God, I didn't. Because I was trying so hard to fit in for so long. And I was just like failing every time because none of the versions of me that were trying to fit in were actually me. Like me, myself, and I, like the real me. I never found my true people. And the key to living, first of all, a successful life, a happy life, and a life where you have good people around you is literally just being yourself. And I truly believe, so basically, I had, her and her mom are going to watch this. I had this best friend for like so long, like 6 years, 7 years. And we're still friends. We're just not as close. And she was the best friend's mom that picked me up too from that one party. But like, she was always herself. Like, I would go to these parties and stuff. And like, I would literally come home to her and be like, I hated that shit. Like, why did I go? Like, why am I being like this? I'm like, she literally watched me go through all this. And she never gave in. And as we got older, I realized, and I was like, look at her. She has like better people in her life. She dresses how she wants. She's unique. And I was so inspired when I kind of got out of this like toxic mindset of trying to be other people. She inspired me so much. I don't even think she knows this, but she inspired me so much because I was like, look at her. She was always her true self. And now her life is so much more fulfilling, so much more simple and happy and honest and just all the good things. I genuinely believe that the longer you are yourself, the longer you will have who you are figured out and the people around you figured out. Anyways, I did not meet my bestest of friends until literally junior year of high school, which I'm like, I feel like I didn't get enough time with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, we only had like 2 full years of like spending every single day together. And when I say every day, I mean it. Every single day. I only had 2 years of spending every single day with my best friends together, and I probably would have met them way sooner if I had just been myself. And the way I literally met the people that are for me, like to this day, like these, I know that they will be at my wedding. Like, I know that for a fact. It's not one of those friendships where it's like, oh yeah, we're kind of messy, we get in fights a lot. No, not at all. The way I met my best friends I have now is literally by making a Instagram story post about politics. And I, for so long, always had very strong political views. And I was so scared to post them because I'm from a very conservative southern town where, people are very, like a lot of people are very homophobic, transphobic, everything phobic. And I was always so scared to post my opinions online. And literally the second I was like, you know what? F this. I'm just going to be who I am and I'm going to post it online. The minute I did, my current best friend, Asia, literally slid up on it and was like, oh my God, like, I think the same way, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, do you want to get coffee? Like, let's talk about this because it's very rare to find people that think the same way as you do where we live. Also, I think if you're weird, you have the upper hand in every single situation. Like, genuinely. Like, ever since I've really embraced my weirdness and been myself, I have more fun with myself. Like, I have so much fun in life. Like, I'm a fucking weirdo and I love it. Like, let me be weird. Let me be me. Let me be crazy expressive. Like, your life will just be better and all. And so anyways, that's my middle school toxic Kamal journey to my college iconic Kamal journey. Literally. So thank you so much for listening or watching to my podcast. I hope anyone related. Like, I feel like it's kind of relatable. I don't know. And yeah, follow me on my socials if you want to see when the next episode will be out. And if you watch this, you are hot, iconic, cool, fashionista. You're amazing. So yeah, bye.